Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this one I'm going to be talking about Punisher One Last Kill. So this was a special episode. Basically it was like 44 minutes long. You could like think of it as a normal Daredevil episode which just explains where Punisher was all along. So it's basically like Marvel decided to release these specials once or twice a year. When they released Werewolf by Night, it was like a year or two ago, which was quite good. It was in black and white, and then they released it in color, I guess, the next year. So yeah, basically it's a special which is like just one episode kind of thing, like an hour long or something. And they cover a small story or a character, and yeah, no follow up or anything like that. So it was basically that. So it was like after two brutal seasons of Punisher, we got this, and it was basically there to explain where Punisher was, during Daredevil season 2, why he did not help Karen or Matt. So yeah, spoiler free review, I would say. It's if you like the original Punisher show, the first two seasons, you will like this one as well. And if you have not watched Punisher, you don't necessarily have to. You just need to know that he got his family killed in a gang violence, and he's basically hunting down gang members. Basically that's the thing with Punisher. So if you know that, you don't really need to understand what happened in the previous season. It would be better if you did watch it, but it's fine even without it. So yeah, you can check it out. It's all right. The action scenes are pretty good. It's brutal. The episode starts with the warning that it's R-rated. So yeah, check it out if you like that kind of stuff. Kind of John Wick like vibes, I would say. So yeah, now getting into the spoiler stuff. So if you have not watched the episode, maybe check it out first. So all right. So after this, special, Punisher will next appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So, and we see Punisher changing in this. I mean, it's kind of repetitive, like we have previously seen as well, that he just wants revenge for his family. He doesn't really care about helping other people, but then he sees someone in distress and he's like, all right, I'll help them. So yeah, that kind of stuff. So the episode starts with Punisher doing pull-ups and his hands are bleeding. So basically he's just like kind of a masochist at this point. He's just punishing himself, I guess. And then he eats a bunch of painkillers or something like that with alcohol. Yeah, so Punisher is not in a good mental state right now. And by the way, this also has that weird aspect ratio. I don't know why they keep doing it. Like, who wants to see it? Alright, how about we just use 50% of the screen? Wouldn't that be great? Whoever said that, like, come on, just use normal aspect ratio. Come on, why? I don't like it. Maybe someone does. Anyways, that's there as well. So yeah, then we see that there are riots going on around the town because Punisher killed some Nucci guy. Basically, it was kind of like Sopranos, where the gang operates in the area, and basically he killed that family, and there was a power vacuum there, and people just went in apeshit. There was like complete anarchy, people beating each other up. When they were in charge, it was like organized that you hunt the people who are against you or something like that. Now it's just people beating anyone on the streets. Basically, yeah. So there's anarchy everywhere, and there is this homeless guy who was probably wet, I guess, because his cap was something which came in at the end as well, of some importance. So he was with a small dog, very cute dog. I have two dogs. I will tell you, I have dogs. My dogs are great. Chinese dogs. What am I even doing? Just forget about that. That never happened. Yeah. So basically, there's this cute dog which this bald guy just kills. Basically, he takes it away from the vet and just throws it in front of the moving truck. Which why would you do that? Basically, generally we see these type of stuff. When someone's mother is killed or a little child is killed, to basically invoke emotions to make you hate a character, and it succeeded at that. I really hate that guy, and I think he got off easy. By the way, at the end, it should have been more brutal, but yeah, uh, that happened. It's just to show that the police are not in charge here. They are not, keeping things in order, and yeah, there's chaos everywhere. And Frank, by the way, he has moved on from his, previous lair where he used to stay, and which was being used by Daredevil and Karen in the second season of Born Again. So yeah, he has moved on to some different apartment where he's just, eating painkillers or something. I mean, he's hallucinating, and it's probably because of the drug overdose that he's doing. You are not. I don't think that you are supposed to eat 5-6 pills at once with alcohol. So yeah, maybe because of that, he's seeing members of his crew when he was a marine. We see Curtis from the original show, which was, I guess, killed by Jigsaw. I mean, I don't completely remember what had happened in the original 2 seasons, but I had the basic idea, like Jigsaw was sniping at him or someone was sniping at him. There was this whole fight scene. So yeah, he's there. I think he survives, but I'm not sure. So yeah, he sees him there and other military people as well. And we see him cutting his chest up for God knows what reason. He's, I guess, punishing himself. So yeah, that happened. Then we see that Frank leaves his apartment to get a coffee or something, and a kid sees him, the next door neighbor, and says, "He's Punisher. He's that guy." And his mother says, "Well, I guess he's back," or something like that. And then he goes on with his day. He sees people fighting all around him. He just, silences the noise. The noise around him, people fighting, breaking stuff, firing. He just goes on about his day, gets his coffee. He sees that there is this mentally unstable guy who was, annoying this deli owner, but who had a child named Charlie, and his name was Dre. So yeah, Dr. Dre was there as well. Bad joke. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, he gets his coffee, he leaves, and we see that he goes to his, family's graveyard, basically, where they were buried, and I guess he sits next to his daughter, and he has a cry session, and then he almost kills himself, but then he hallucinates that his daughter is there, and he stops, and basically he gives up the Punisher mantle, kind of, because he locked the bag which was filled with his guns, which he needed to eliminate the criminals. He locked it and just put the key at the grave of his family. So yeah, that happened. And Frank is quite mentally ill here. He is very depressed. We have seen him be like, yeah, he's sad, we have seen that, but right now he's hallucinating, he's hurting himself, he's like crying out loud. So yeah, we see that Frank is not in a great shape right now, which is most probably due to the drugs. And yeah, he looks like a mentally unstable person instead of a vigilante, which if you think about it, is most of the time he looks like a mentally unstable person. But you know what, sure, yeah. So we see that Frank kind of is like a weapon here. He only knows how to kill, and once he is done killing, he feels like he has no purpose, which I don't know if it is correct 100%, but he was on the battlefield most of his life, and when he came back, his family died, and then he went on his revenge quest. By the way, which has been like changed so many times. In Daredevil, it was like he was killing those people in the first episode he was in. Then in Punisher it got retconned to being some other thing, and then it was again the military people. So it has been changed quite a few times. It's like that's the only thing they have for Punisher. Like, oh yeah, he's still hunting those people. He missed out a few, so he's hunting them this time. He's hunting them this time. This is the last one. I'm sure this is the last one. So yeah, we see that when he has killed everyone, the Nucci family were the last of the members who you know killed the Punisher's family. So after that, he feels like he has no other purpose. He has done what he was, supposed to, punish the people who were responsible. But he does not kill himself. He just, goes on, and he sees himself in the Punisher outfit as well when he is going through a school or something, where he meets this old lady who's, the mother of the Nucci family gang members who were killed by Frank. So we don't know that at first. She asked for Frank's help, like, you have to help me, Frank. I'm just like you. I lost my family. They were killed. And at first you're like, oh, so it's going to be about, helping her or some, child that he is protecting, like kind of Logan type stuff. But no, it was, she was the head of the family and she put a bounty on Punisher's head, like, you got till 6:47, and yeah, I have given everyone your location, do what you will with that. Why would you do that, man? Just kill him. Stop playing with the people you are trying to hunt. Even from, maybe I will make a video on Sunday about from 5th episode. It would be like halfway through it. So I like, everyone, why do you keep playing with the thing you want to hunt? Like, first kill him and then give all the monologue or whatnot. But dude, that this guy was in prison and he like cleared the entire thing with I guess just bare hands. Basically he used some sharp thing, but mostly it was like 20-30 people. I mean, yeah, sure, why not? So yeah, she tells him that there's a bounty on his head, and Frank leaves, and Frank just sits in his apartment. He does not prepare anything, get his gun bag out or anything like that. He just sits there, and he, by the way, hallucinates Karen is there. So till now we have seen like maybe they like each other, maybe they don't, maybe they are platonic, or maybe there is something romantically. This one like confirms it, like Frank likes Karen. He wants her to be there, and even tries to go in for the kiss, but yeah, she was not there. He was just hallucinating it. But yeah, that happens. Then we see that it's starting to set up like John Wick type stuff. That you, in the, I guess, third one it was, where the intro was that they were putting a bounty on his head and he was just going on with it, killing people. So kind of like that, and even a dog gets killed in it. So I guess that counts for something. So yeah, that happens. Then we see a great fight happen in the apartment. Like, so he starts with breaking his own door. By the way, why would you do that? You can just open the door. Why take the extra damage of going through the door? But you know what, he is Frank, and he's like grunting like an animal the whole scene. A lot like Logan, when he is hunting down the military people in the Logan movie. Like, so it's Frank is quite angry because he sees that his apartment, the next door neighbor are getting kind of killed, but no, I think they survive. Yeah. So they survive, but they basically break their door open, and they are quite afraid. So Frank goes out, he goes on a killing spree. There is good hand-to-hand combat. We see Frank using his military experience. He's like pretty good with guns. He just straight up headshots a guy. So on an AK-47, which was like quite far from Frank. So yeah, he's a good marksman as well. So we see a great fight scene happen. There is the fight with knife as well. By the way, another thing that I had in mind, how the fuck did his ear not pop? He's like shooting shotguns. He's getting, shot from everywhere. I mean, yeah, he didn't get hit much, but there's firing going on everywhere. How is your ear still okay? You should be deaf by now. We see that with Hawkeye as well. He goes deaf with all this stuff happening. But yeah, sure, that happens. Then, okay, so yeah, Frank goes to the roof and he tries to like kind of make a bottleneck situation, but he runs out of ammo and he basically falls down, which was quite an animated fall, I must say. That scene, the CGI looked off. It felt like a game. I will try to put an image for you to see as well. So that was a bit off, but you know what, most of the people will not really notice. I guess it was like there for a second or two, but yeah, I noticed that it felt kind of odd, but you know what, it is what it is. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but yeah, that happens. Then we see that the mother of the Nucci family is there with her bodyguard. By the way, she's awfully close to Frank. If he would have had a gun, he would have probably killed her. I don't know why he did not kill her, because with Frank, his whole thing is that he kills the criminals, whether or not they are men, women, or whatever. Even in comics, I guess he says children, but I won't be that sure on it. So yeah, we see that she gets away and he chooses to save the deli owner rather than going after the Nucci mother Nucci, whatever you wanna call her. So yeah, he goes there. He fights off like 5-6 people, and so yeah, then we see that Punisher goes in and fights off like 6-7 people. The Dre guy was beat up outside the deli. He was trying to fend off people, but he just got kind of overpowered. There were like 5-6 guys. Punisher goes in, beats them all, and then there's this huge bald guy who he stabs like 6-7 times. And again, if he wouldn't have had something sharp at arm's length, he would have been gone probably, because he was choking out the Punisher. And just remember, he is a normal guy. He does not have any powers. He was not even wearing his Punisher vest or anything. He just gets ambushed. Like, why would you not be prepared for this? But yeah, sure. So we see that happen, and like I said, he was never really concerned with other people's well-being. Like, he was mostly in it for the revenge part of it. But here we see that he's saving the other people as well. I guess he sees her daughter Charlie, but because they were the same age, and yeah, he saves her. And even we see in the second season that he goes out of his way to save people in the original Punisher show as well. And even with Daredevil season 2, he was helping Daredevil in the final episode by sniping off some hand guys. So yeah, we see that happen, and we see him changing again for like the nth time. Like, we know you're a good guy, man. Come on, just save people already. But yeah, I guess Marvel thinks that a lot of people are not seeing the show, and they need to put out that image of Punisher like he has changed, but he had changed like long before, but sure. And then you would think that the Charlie kid would get trauma from seeing all this killing happening in front of her. Like, nope. She's like, oh hey, by the way, before you leave, here's the rose guy. I mean, come on, you have to take it, man. You saved my life. Dude, you had like near-death experience. You saw like huge, scary-looking guys, and bloody Frank over there. You're like, thank you, I'll take that, I guess. So yeah, sure. So that happens. Then Punisher basically goes back to the grave. He's all happy now, and he says maybe he'll keep on going, which means that we will see him in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And we don't get any mention of Micro, who is played by Yvonne Moss Bachrach, I guess. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but yeah, he also plays the thing. His arc was concluded in the second season of Punisher. He goes back to his family, but in the comics, he plays a bit more of a helping hand for Punisher in his Punisher van. So yeah, I guess he'll go in solo, but yeah, that happens, and we see that Punisher, dealing with the dog killer guy. Very nice. Should have been way earlier. Should have been way more brutal, but I'll allow it. So yeah, I guess that's all that happens in this episode. I mean, in this special. So it was a pretty good special. There was not much to the story aspect of it. It was basically like Punisher dealing with a bounty on his head, which was quite interesting. I guess it's basically Marvel's way of being like, all right, so you won't see any R-rated stuff from Punisher in the brand new day, so here's all the R-rated stuff you would have wanted to see in it, and don't cry about it in the brand new day. I guess that's their way of saying it, because they could not have done this, and it would not have made any much impact. But yeah, sure. And by the way, this all is happening in New York. How does Kingpin not find out? So yeah, I guess maybe Kingpin was just too occupied to not notice a fucking massacre going on in New York, where people are just openly killing each other. But you know what? Maybe that's just me. So yeah, and Punisher is back with his classic one batch, two batch, penny and dime. So if you don't know, it's basically something he read to his daughter, and he says that before killing criminals, kind of remembering, or making it like, I'm doing this for them, and again, I'm not just cruel for the sake of being cruel. It's for a purpose. Yeah. So that's all that happens in this episode. We will see Punisher next in Spider-Man, and it was a good special. I liked it. I mean, it could have been better. There was a lot of sulking from Punisher, but you know what? Sure. I mean, guys really going through it. So yeah, I enjoyed it. You guys should check it out if you're into that kind of stuff. And I'll meet you in the next one. Maybe about Widow's Bay, maybe about From, or maybe just about The Boys. We'll see about that. Thanks for watching. Bye.